The scenarios are common. As you walk down a city street, a homeless person is asking for spare change. You only have a $20 bill in your pocket. You could give them the $20, or you could hold on to your money, reassured that they probably wouldn't spend it properly anyway. Or there is a rumor going around about a colleague at work. The story is not true, and you know for a fact that it's not true. But this scandal could even cost your colleague their job. You could write a confidential memo to your boss defending your colleague and speaking the truth. Or you could keep quiet, since it isn't your problem. Or your doctors tell you that because of a newly developed medical issue, you need to take a daily walk, something that your spouse has been urging you to do for a long time. Do you tell your spouse and begin walking? Or do you ignore the doctor's recommendation, no matter the implications? Well, when we hear the parable of today's gospel of the weeds and the wheat, we probably first think of the struggle between good versus bad persons. It might also remind us how good people, being the wheat, coexist in a world full of weeds, the evils that exist in the world. For we too often see examples in our media of weeds growing throughout the world. So much senseless violence and war. But this coexistence of good and evil causes many believers to become impatient. And they ask that question of why does our good God allow evil to flourish? They want to see the evil uprooted immediately. But what this attitude readily forgets is that there's a combination of good and evil in every human heart. Life is much more complicated than drawing clear-cut lines between saints and sinners. For we gather here at this Mass because we genuinely know the weakness of our hearts. But we want to be that good wheat and do good. We gather at Mass because this is one of those special times the Church provides a place for us sinners to search for the good, to gain eternal salvation. But I think the greatest insight into this gospel parable is an insight into the life of God, a God whose power is best displayed with his endless patience for his people. For God is at all times concerned with the conversion of his people, the ripening of the wheat. For with God, no one is ever beyond redemption. But also, we have to play our own part in this. We come to the realization, very honestly, although there may be many weeds in our world, they can also grow within our hearts. And we constantly make choices through our God-given free will, choices that either choose good or find some justification for acting out in our own self-interests, our own profit. A good Christian realizes the struggle existing between each and every one of us, but it also embraces that hope that in seeking to imitate Christ, we may be the wheat for a world that is often choking in the weeds. And so today, may God grant us the grace to be firm in our faith and actions, so that the Lord will have much wheat to harvest at the end of time.